We're now hearing from the last living person who may have seen Earhart alive in Japanese custody. She's now 91 years old. And History Channel investigators have uncovered evidence you'll see here that the U.S. government had indications Earhart was being held captive.
The mystery that's haunted the world for over 80 years could finally be solved. Amelia Earhart, aviation's first female superstar, vanished without a trace during her historic flight in 1937. But what if the wreckage of her lost plane has just been found? Imagine the possibilities, conclusive proof of what really happened to one of the most iconic figures in history. Stay tuned as we dive deep into the shocking new discovery and unravel a mystery that's captivated millions. Amelia Mary Earhart was born on July 24, 1897 in Atchison, Kansas, and grew up defying the traditional gender roles of her time. As a child, she was known for her adventurous spirit, participating in sports like basketball and even taking an auto repair course. She briefly attended college, but during World War I, she served as a Red Cross nurse in Toronto, Canada, where she witnessed Royal Flying Corps pilots, which sparked her lifelong passion for aviation. In December 1920, Earhart took her first airplane ride, which would change the course of her life. With famed World War I pilot Frank Hawks, she was instantly captivated by the sensation of flight. By January 1921, she was taking flying lessons from Nita Snook, a female flight instructor. With sheer determination and hard work, Earhart earned her National Aeronautics Association license just 11 months later, at the age of 24. Throughout her career, Earhart set numerous records, including becoming the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean in 1932. She flew from Newfoundland to Ireland in a Lockheed Vega, a feat that earned her the Distinguished Flying Cross. In 1935, she also became the first person to fly solo from Hawaii to the U.S. mainland. Amelia worked tirelessly to promote women in aviation, helping to form the 99s, an organization for female pilots, and served as its first president. Earhart's most ambitious adventure came in 1937 when she attempted to become the first person to circumnavigate the globe. Unfortunately, on July 2, 1937, she vanished while flying over the Pacific Ocean, never to be seen again. Despite extensive search efforts and countless theories, the mystery of her disappearance remains one of the most enduring in aviation history. On June 1, 1937, Amelia Earhart, along with her navigator Fred Noonan, embarked on an ambitious attempt to fly around the world. The journey began from Oakland, California, and after successful legs across the Atlantic and Asia, they reached Lae, New Guinea on June 29th. They had completed more than two-thirds of their journey, but the most dangerous stretch lay ahead, the Pacific Ocean. The final leg of their trip was from Lae to Howland Island, a tiny speck of land halfway between New Guinea and Hawaii. This was a crucial refueling stop on their way back to California. However, on July 2, 1937, as they approached Howland Island, something went terribly wrong. Radio communication with Earhart and Noonan was lost, and despite frantic efforts to regain contact, their plane disappeared from radar. The U.S. government quickly initiated a massive search operation involving naval ships, planes, and aircraft. But the search, which lasted for weeks, yielded no evidence of the missing aircraft. The official theory proposed by the U.S. government was that Earhart and Noonan had run out of fuel and crashed into the vast Pacific Ocean. This theory, while widely accepted, left many questions unanswered. Earhart's final radio transmissions are some of the most haunting and cryptic pieces of evidence from her disappearance. In the final messages, she reported that they were on a line of position, but the navigational references were unclear, and no one could pinpoint their exact location. The search was called off on July 19, 1937, and Earhart and Noonan were officially declared lost at sea. Over the years, various search missions and expeditions have attempted to solve the mystery, but the disappearance remains unsolved. The absence of a wreckage has left many aviation enthusiasts and historians puzzled. Was the crash due to fuel exhaustion, navigational errors, or something more sinister? The world continues to wonder what truly happened to Amelia Earhart. This is the most widely accepted theory. According to this, Earhart and Noonan became disoriented while searching for Howland Island and ultimately ran out of fuel. The plane crashed into the Pacific Ocean, and due to the vast expanse of water and the limited technology available at the time, no wreckage was found. This theory suggests that their last radio transmissions indicated that they were close to their destination but couldn't make it due to the fuel shortage. A more controversial theory posits that Earhart and Noonan were captured by the Japanese after they veered off course and ended up in Japanese-controlled territory in the Pacific. Proponents of this theory believe that they were taken as prisoners, perhaps during a covert mission or espionage operation. Some argue that Earhart was serving as a spy for the US government, and that her disappearance was part of a secret mission. However, no solid evidence has ever supported this theory, and it remains speculative at the best. In the decades following Earhart's disappearance, a theory proposed by the International Group for Historic Aircraft Recovery, TGAR, suggested that Earhart and Noonan might have crashed on Gardner Island, now known as Nikumaroro, in the Republic of Kiribati. This theory is based on the idea that the aircraft might have run out of fuel but managed to land on the uninhabited island. Some pieces of evidence have been found, including a woman's shoe, a jar of cosmetics, and human remains, but these findings are inconclusive. A more bizarre theory suggests that Earhart and Noonan were not victims of an accident, but instead staged their deaths as part of a covert operation. This theory claims that after crashing on an uninhabited island, the two assumed new identities and lived out the rest of their lives in secret, perhaps even with the knowledge of the US government. While this theory is often ridiculed, it remains a point of fascination for some. A less serious theory that has gained attention in some circles suggests that Fred Noonan, the navigator, made an error while crossing the international date line, causing them to miss their intended destination. This theory has been largely debunked, but continues to be discussed by conspiracy theorists who believe that navigational mistakes played a significant role in their disappearance. In mid-2024, the aviation world was rocked by a groundbreaking discovery. Could Amelia Earhart's lost plane finally have been found? After decades of fruitless searches and numerous theories, a South Carolina-based ocean exploration company, Deep Sea Vision, claimed to have uncovered what they believe is the wreckage of Earhart's Lockheed Electra. This discovery was not just a stroke of luck, but the result of cutting-edge technology and a fresh approach to a long unsolved mystery. Deep Sea Vision employed synthetic aperture sonar (SAS) technology, which offered much higher resolution and accuracy than traditional sonar methods. This advanced system allowed the team to survey over 6,000 square miles of the seabed around Howland Island, the intended refueling stop for Earhart's ill-fated flight. The company's approach was markedly different from previous searches, which often relied on human-driven sonar operators and maritime search strategies. Instead, Deep Sea Vision applied an aviation-centric mindset, analyzing Earhart's flight data, fuel consumption, and the increasing strength of her final transmissions to predict where the wreckage might be. According to Tony Romeo, the founder of Deep Sea Vision, the discovery occurred approximately 16,000 feet beneath the surface and only about 100 meters off Howland Island. The object identified by the team closely resembles the size, shape, and distinctive twin-tail fin design of a Lockheed Electra. This team is confident that this could indeed be Amelia Earhart's plane. However, the excitement is tempered by a hint of skepticism. Romeo himself acknowledged that, while the evidence is compelling, there's always the possibility that the object could be an arrangement of rocks resembling the plane. This discovery has the aviation community buzzing, as it could bring closure to one of history's greatest mysteries. But is it truly Amelia's plane? Only further investigation will tell. Once the sonar images were captured by Deep Sea Vision's high-tech equipment, the team faced the crucial next step, investigating the object that appeared to be a Lockheed Electra. The discovery occurred about 16,000 feet underwater just off the coast of Howland Island, where Amelia Earhart was last known to be searching for her refueling stop in 1937. The team began their investigation with a comprehensive analysis of the sonar data. They closely examined the object's dimensions and shape, noting that it had the general appearance of an aircraft. The tail, in particular, was of interest, as it appeared to have the distinctive twin-tail configuration that was unique to the Lockheed Electra model, exactly the type of plane Amelia Earhart was piloting. The plane's fuselage, wings, and tail appeared intact, which raised hopes that this was indeed the missing aircraft. In addition to sonar images, the team deployed underwater drones to survey the site, but the discovery came with complications. Despite the promising sonar data, the drones didn't immediately confirm the object as Earhart's plane. The team found that the object could also be a series of rocks arranged in a similar shape. While the idea of a rock formation mimicking the plane's structure seemed far-fetched, it was a possibility that needed to be ruled out. Furthermore, the researchers had to deal with the extreme conditions of the ocean floor. The wreckage, if it were indeed the Electra, would have been submerged for nearly 80 years, subject to corrosion and decay. This made the process of confirming the aircraft's identity difficult. The team's next steps involved deploying more advanced equipment, including high-resolution cameras, in an effort to capture clear images of the wreckage that could help confirm its identity. Despite the hurdles, the search continues and the world watches closely for any conclusive evidence. Could this be the final chapter in the mystery of Amelia Earhart? The discovery of Amelia Earhart's missing plane, if verified, raises significant legal and ethical questions that could affect the future of the investigation and the potential recovery of the wreckage. The object discovered by Deep Sea Vision lies in international waters, which complicates the ownership and legal rights surrounding the site. One major issue is whether the wreckage, if confirmed to be Earhart's plane, would be subject to salvage laws. These laws generally allow the discoverers of a wreck to claim ownership, but there are exceptions, especially when it comes to historical artifacts and cultural heritage. In this case, if the wreckage is indeed Earhart's plane, it is a piece of American history and aviation heritage, which could make its recovery a matter of national interest. Deep Sea Vision has acknowledged that their discovery could have far-reaching implications. In particular, Tony Romeo, the company's founder, has expressed a commitment to ensuring that any remains or artifacts recovered from the site be handled with respect and sensitivity. If human remains are found, this raises questions about how they should be treated. Historically, the remains of explorers or missing persons found in similar circumstances have been returned to their families or placed in museums for preservation. Amelia Earhart's family, especially her great-nephew, Bram Kleppner, has expressed cautious optimism about the find. Kleppner has stated that if the wreckage is positively identified as Earhart's plane, his family would like any remains to be donated to the Smithsonian Institution to further study and preservation. However, the legal ownership of the wreckage itself remains unclear. If it is discovered in international waters, Deep Sea Vision may have a claim to it under salvage laws. But questions surrounding the ownership of historical and cultural objects may complicate the situation. As the investigation progresses, it's likely that the legal battles over ownership and ethics will become a central part of the story, potentially delaying any recovery efforts. The plot surrounding the mystery of Amelia Earhart's disappearance continues to thicken, and as we approach the possibility of confirming the discovery of her lost plane, there's one final twist that could change everything. Deep Sea Vision, after their groundbreaking sonar discovery, is preparing for an expedition in 2024 to get closer to the wreckage and, potentially, find undeniable proof that this is indeed the missing Lockheed Electra. But the twist? What happens if this search uncovers something far more extraordinary than anticipated? The team's current mission will focus on deploying high-resolution cameras to capture clear images of the wreckage, which could reveal identifying features such as the aircraft's tail number, NR-16020, marked on the plane. This would be the conclusive evidence needed to confirm that the wreckage truly belongs to Amelia Earhart. However, there is a possibility that they might find something unexpected. Human remains, personal artifacts, or even clues about what really happened during those final moments before Earhart's disappearance. If any human remains are discovered, the ethical and legal implications would be immense. As previously mentioned, Earhart's family has expressed a wish that any remains be donated to the Smithsonian for further study and preservation. However, a twist could lie in the ownership dispute. In the event of a major discovery, a legal battle could erupt over whether the wreckage belongs to the US government, the explorers, or even Earhart's family. Furthermore, there is a chance that the wreckage could challenge long-held beliefs about what happened to Amelia Earhart. Could this discovery disprove some of the more widely accepted theories, such as the crash and sink hypothesis? Or could it provide definitive proof for an alternative theory, such as the one suggesting that Earhart and Noonan were stranded on Gardner Island, Nikumororo? As the investigation unfolds, the final twist in the saga of Amelia Earhart's disappearance might not only reveal the lost plane, but could also change the way history remembers her fateful flight. The next chapter in this mystery promises to be as thrilling as Earhart's own adventurous spirit. Could this be the breakthrough we've all been waiting for? We're on the edge of history, and you don't want to miss what happens next. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon for updates, and share your thoughts in the comments below.